to the channel and to episode 12 of our Football Manager 2019 series with Estudiantes. Welcome back if you're one of my amazing subscribers or if you have watched one of my videos before. And if you are new, hello, you're very, very welcome. If you are enjoying this series, then remember to smash that like button, do all that good stuff, subscribe, the bell, notification thing. You know what to do. Do it all for us. Today it is back to Superliga action after the heartbreak of the Sudamericana semi-final from the last two videos. We're taking on Talleres. We still are top, as you can see. Talleres are third. We had a game against Aldo Civi away from home after the game against Bahia, that second leg, that horrible second leg that we ended up winning, but of course going out on aggregate. And I mean, how did we lose? We had slightly more of the ball. We had a lot of shots on target. You can see from the formation there, I went with a 4-4-1-1 and it really worked. We were really solid and we were creating chances. There's a lot of fringe players, a lot of young players in there as well. Obviously, Rodrigo Brania in midfield's about 100, but the rest of them were reasonably young. I mean, Batsana and Diaz, the centre of backs, are like 20 and 22. I think Ruiz Diaz at right back, I think he's only 20, 21 or something like that. Urquiaga as well. So it was a really young team. So to only go 1-0 down, and it was a late goal as well. We did lose a man to a red card. Juan Diaz was sent off for 2 yellow cards in stoppage time, and it was an 84th minute goal that got Aldo Civi a rather fortuitous win. But thankfully, Boca didn't win either. They got done by River in the Super Classico here. They got done 2-0. It was a feisty old game as well. Just look at that. It ended 10v9 as Boca had 2 men sent off. Enzo Perez was sent off for River, and River ran out 2-0 winners. And as you can see from the league table, just look what that means. River are right back up there now. They're 8 points behind us, but just look at this top 3 now. There's only 2 points between us. We could realistically end today's video in third, which would just be heartbreaking after... Just look how we've done this season so far. It would be really, really, really bad if that ends up happening. So today, before the match, we've got the transfer window is opening soon, so hopefully there'll be a little bit of business doing. Fabian Nogueira, our on-loan centre-back, he will be leaving the club in a week or so's time. His loan deal expires, I think, pretty much after this game, because we're in winter break after this game till the middle of January. I think it certainly runs out before Christmas. I think it's about the 15th it runs out. So what we're going to do is just going to have a look at the reserves and the under-20s and just see how they've been getting on. So this is the reserve squad. A lot of the under-20s play for the reserves as well. If we have them arranged in potential, we have looked at a few of these, but I'm just going to have a look at a couple more in a bit more detail. Maybe have a look at how they've been getting on as well. You can see here, Estudiantes reserves are currently second in their division. It's basically a mirror image of the senior team. Do they play the same? No, they don't play the same fixtures, the same teams in the same order. But you can see we're 2 points behind Boca's reserves. They're doing really rather well, and it's this guy here. He's only 18, Andres Ayala. I think I had a look at him in an earlier video, but just look at him. Oh, God, I'm in love with this kid. I think he's going to be amazing. We're desperately trying to work on his strength. You can see there in his he's unhappy with the high amount of extra training. Tough. I need to get that strength, that stamina up, because he's 5-star potential. He, at 18 years of age, he could be an absolute beast for us. And I'm tempted to bring him up. Probably not in the winter, but certainly because we've got some contracts ending. Obviously, transfer windows, players will come and go. I really think for next season, he's going to be one of the ones that gets called up. Paul the Northman, he did comment on a video, an earlier episode, saying that he's a top lad, by the way, in the community, always willing to help. So make sure you get along and check him out. he was saying he would like to see some of the younger players coming through because instead of signing players, and you've seen our finances in the past, it's something that we really need to be looking at. So it's definitely going into next season. This is something that I'm going to do. This is another guy, Bruno Cabrera. He's 4.5-star potential, and I don't see it. I don't know where that 4.5-star. He's 21. Where is that potential? It is not there, is it? I mean, for a centre back, he cannot tackle. He's good everywhere else, but that tackling is really letting him down, and that is what's going to stop him coming through, I think, for us. We'll have a look at one more here. The goalkeeper, Stefano Francesconi. Again, it's those physicals that are letting him down. I mean, agility of 8 for a goalkeeper. Really? His stamina and his strength, again, his strength and his balance as well. I mean, these are things for a goalkeeper. I don't get why they're not higher, but I do like the look of him, 4-star potential. Kind of like the look of the guy. So we'll have a look at the under-20s and just look. I mean, how good does this look? All the way down there to Alexis Vega, who we're not going to look at all of them. What I'm going to do, especially for the under-20s, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate episode at some point and just have a look. There'll be no live comm, there'll be nothing. It'll be 10-15 minutes, and we're just going to look at the stars of the future. Probably do that maybe during the winter break that we've got coming up, so there isn't much of a gap in videos. But just look at how many quality players. I mean, even if you class 3-star players are good first team players, aren't they? So we're all the way down here. Look, it's incredible. It's just mental, isn't it? I mean, all these players, and they're all no older than 20. I mean, the future for the club is absolutely astonishing. If they all reach that potential, it could be unbelievable. Now, Mario Gatti, he was one of the, I think he was one of the youth intake, wasn't he? And I seem to remember saying I would be happy to bring him up into the first team squad now. And I think I might do, certainly for the pre-season. I might bring him up for the friendlies that we're going to play in the winter break. It's this here, the determination. That just makes me think that he's going to achieve that potential. All he's going to need is a chance to play, and I think he would make it. I mean, look at all those green arrows. He just looks amazing. I know Scribe, he commented on the youth intake video and said that he looks amazing, and he really does. And you just look at all these players. There is so many 5-star and 4-star and 4.5-star potential players. Angel Acosta is another one that I really like the look of. Look, he's quick. He's got brilliant crossing and dribbling. He could do with working on technique and passing, and again the physicals. But again, another absolutely brilliant young player. But we're not going to concentrate on looking at individual players. As I say, I'm going to do that in a separate video. At the moment, they are joint top with Racing in the under-20 division. So, we're second in the reserve league. We're joint top in the under-20s league. We're currently top in the senior ranks as well. I mean, does it get any better than that? Following on from the last two videos, the semi-final of the Sudamericana, then this now becomes the biggest match of the season so far. It is first against third. Remember, we could be 4 points clear by the end of this video. We could be third by the end of this video. So it's going to be really, really interesting how this one plays out. We've got Boca Juniors in the second half of the season away from home. I do get the feeling they will be clear at the top by then. They are just really on the march at the minute. And as I said in the earlier, I can't see us winning the league. It was never the intention. It was never the aim this season to win the league, to even be top still. At this point, I said it before and I'll keep saying it, it's ridiculous. It's something I would have expected, maybe not even in the second season. You get a few transfer windows in and you get some quality players in and then you start making the move. But yeah, it's gone brilliantly so far. So we've got Daniel Sapper in goal, Fernando Evangelista, Gaston Campi, Jonathan Shunker and Facundo Sanchez back from injury in defence. Matias Laba, Nahuel Estevez in midfield. Lucas Rodriguez, Leonardo Piscalici, Juan Sejas supporting Carlo Latanzio, who again keeps his place in the team because he's a young promising striker. Mariano Pavoni's contract is up at the end of the season. I really don't know what to do with him. So I'm trying to get reliant on other strikers rather than him, because he's 36 and I really don't know whether I should be giving him another contract or not. So what we're going to say is, I'm just going to say, expecting you to win. Simple as. We've got to go in because it hasn't gone down particularly well, and we're just going to say that we have faith. And yeah, it should be a home win. I'd be very, very confident being at home. The one thing, I've said it in an earlier video, the one thing that I'm noticing is that we're struggling to create half chances and clear-cut chances. Either that or the game's just not registering them. Let me know in the comments, do you pay attention to that sort of thing in the stats, first of all? And secondly, are you seeing them registering? Because it's just not happening for us. I mean, we had 18 shots in that last game, 10 on target, and yet none of them were even a half chance according to the match stats. So, yeah, let me know how you're finding the whole chance creation side of things. Here's Evangelista and Campi to Piscalici. Gosh, that was a meaty challenge, wasn't it? But we've early goals at Gimnasia. So, so we're at home the same time as our city rivals. That's, and mind you, I suppose, because it's a Buenos Aires area, it's a big old metropolitan area. You can't arrange it for clubs to be away from home, can you? Boca, River, you can't all be away, or do you know what I mean? Here's Sejas, pulled across, cleared away. Facundo Sanchez plays it back in. We're keeping the pressure on here. This is good stuff, but they are throwing themselves in front of shots, and they're away on the... Oh, what a tackle from Shunker. But they keep coming. Across from Pochettino, it's headed away. End of that highlight. They are throwing themselves in front of our shots at the minute. Facundo Sanchez forward to Sejas, back with Sanchez, Shunker now into Laba, forward for Latanzio, lovely ball to Piscalici and a big save, a really good save from the goalkeeper there of Talleres. Good hit from Piscalici. It's with Latanzio on the edge of the box. I thought he was going to hit it. Piscalici and another good challenge, and it's another corner. Let's make these count, boys. Come on, 6 corners already, and Lucas Rodriguez heads just wide. That was a good effort. We're dominant in terms of chances, not in terms of possession, are we? That's a little bit worrying. No goals anywhere other than those two at Gimnasia. Herrera will take this free kick. Shunker heads it away. Cubas, I had him at Estudiantes on FM19. He was fantastic. Got him on a free, I think, or for a little bit of money from Boca, and he was just brilliant. Here's Latanzio. Oh, and Laba's in, and Laba scores, and that is a big goal in the title race. It's his 5th goal of the season. It's a really good counter-attack. Latanzio drives at the heart of that Talleres defence. Laba gets it here, gets a little bit of luck to get away from the defender, but slots it in, and it was a clear-cut chance. A rather understated first half. Talleres have had a couple of long-range shots that haven't troubled Daniel Sapper in goal, and that wonderful counter-attack goal, that brilliant finish from Matias Laba has us in front. You can see on the right-hand side there, Defensa y Justicia and Atletico Tucumán 0-0, and still those 2 early goals at Gimnasia for 1 goal apiece. So into the dressing room, and we're going to say, don't think the job is done. Couple of players there didn't like that, so we are going to just go through and just give them all a bit of a G up as well, just because they've gained focus now. There's still only now Estevez who looks stressed, but we'll keep an eye on him, and he can come off if he needs to, can't he? Because I'll bring someone else on. Here's Estevez now. He's been booked as well. What a... I thought Shunker played a brilliant ball forward there. Duh. Herrera with the free kick, but Sejas has headed it forward, and get a foot on the ball now, boys. Laba, no, we're rushed in possession here a little bit. Godoy to Pochettino. Araujo plays it forward. Shunker with the header. Piscalici, and again we lose the ball. Come on, lads, you are not keeping hold of the ball at all here. Oh, they are passing it around nicely. It's Kubas curling one wide. And that was a little bit worrying there. We just couldn't hold on to the ball there, could we? Herrera with the goal kick. Sanchez with the header. Kubas again in midfield gets hold of the ball. Shunker now to Sanchez. Lifted down the line to Seijas. In it goes to Latanzio. It's cleared away. Laba to Piscalici and given away. And it's a counter-attack again. It's out on the right with Pochettino. Long sweeping ball and Ramirez's header is inches away from equalising. This is a little bit worrying. Tonali with the throw. Piscalici gets into it well though, and here's Latanzio to Seijas, and Herrera saves low down to his left. We gave a little concentrate shout out and it didn't work at all, as you can see. I've got 25 minutes to go. Time to make some changes. Sanchez with the throw to Seijas. We've made 3 substitutions. Seijas just goes all the way into the box and he should have probably scored there. Pavoni's come on for the injured Latanzio. He's carrying a knock and Pavoni's in. Oh, and he's played it to Seijas. And it's into the side netting. Why didn't Pavoni shoot there? You can see Defensa y Justicia have got a couple of goals there against Atletico Tucumán. So, you can see Gomez, Arteaga and Pavoni have come on for Esteves, Piscalici and Latanzio. It was a triple sub after 66 minutes. We also just brought the tempo down a little bit, took the passing from standard, I think it was, to a little bit shorter, just to try and combat the fact that we're not dominating possession. And here's Seijas with a good run. Herrera's managed to pick the ball up unchallenged. We've also changed it to regroup when we lose the ball, as Sapa comes up big with a massive save there. How vital could that be? That's their first shot on target as well. Shunker has been a rock at the back with a big header away. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a demand more shout out, because it's the only one that ever seems to get a good reaction. The Get Creative one seems to inspire them. But the encourage one is awful. Kubas with the shot, and Arteaga can bring the ball away. He went for the pass early there, didn't he? We've committed 20 fouls and given up 3 yellow cards. That's a bit worrying, because they're not set to tackle hard. They're not set to get stuck in. That's a little bit worrying. And Ortiz is in, and what's happened there? Oh, what has happened there? What has Daniel Sapa done? The ball it's a good ball over, and he's just let the ball go, and Ortiz has equalised. I like this. I do like this when you get this of the replay here. I mean, he's onside, but what did Daniel Sapa do there? If we get knocked off the top because of that, that's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. Here's Evangelista to Gomez. Laba. Gomez again. Laba to Seijas. You've got Sanchez with him. Here he is. Out to Evangelista. And Campi. Gomez. It's a good passing move. Is there an end product? No, it's a corner. It seemed to drop in the middle of 3 players there. And we've ended up with a corner. I'm not very confident anything's going to happen from it. And it doesn't. Facundo Sanchez with the free kick. And Evangelista was offside. He headed over. That will be it. And it's finished 1-1. And it's again, that is 2 games in a row where we've had the best of the shots, the best of the chances, and we've come away with 1 point from a possible 6. And this, I think, is where the drop-off begins. We're going to say, I'm going to be assertive and say I'm not happy. I'm not going to go aggressive, because we were still slightly the better team. We did more with what possession we had. But yeah, that is... they're third. Talleres were third. So it's not the worst result in the world, but it certainly feels like 2 points dropped. Well, not only is it 2 points dropped, it's also 1 position dropped as well. It's finally come to an end. We have finally succumbed. We have surrendered top spot. Boca Juniors with a 2-1 win against Aldosivi. River Plate as well with a convincing 3-0 win at Argentinos Juniors, which means that it's just squeezed up that little bit more, hasn't it? River now just 7 points off the top. They're just 6 points behind us. I can see them now coming in and overtaking us as well. I'm in the gutter at the minute. We've got a long time to go now until our next competitive fixture. If we have a look at the schedule, our next game is on the 20th of January at the minute. We've got a friendly against Central Cordoba. Our next league game is now the 27th of January when we go to Huracan. Down at the bottom there, you can see that Boca game is obviously the one that we're going to be doing on. Well, at the minute we're going to be doing it on camera, but by then it might not matter, might it? That game. So the only thing I can guarantee is that we will be back for the Huracan game. But between then and now, the transfer window opens in 2 days in game and shuts again on the 25th of January. So the plan is going to be at some point in that window, I will be doing a bit of a youth-focused episode. We'll have a look more at the under-20s, all those really highly rated players, and have a look at how they've been getting on, their schedule and everything. And depending on what sort of transfer business we have, we may do a transfer special and then the Huracan game separately. It depends how much business is done in and out, and then we'll see what happens. But guys, if you are enjoying this series, remember to smash that like button. You've got to do it so that the YouTube algorithm does its thing and other people discover the channel and the videos. And remember to subscribe as well and turn on those notifications, because again, it's a funny little quirk that YouTube likes to do, that if you don't have those notifications turned on, you don't find out that we've put a video out. So make sure you do that, not just with me, with anybody that you like, anybody that you subscribe to on YouTube that you want to keep up with. Make sure you turn on those notifications. Links in the description to my blog, my Twitter, and there is always a link for, I mentioned him earlier, Paul the Northman. There's always a link down below for his stuff, because he did the graphics for the channel, the channel art and things, and the little leave a like and subscribe things that flash up as well. He did those as well. So yeah, all that's in the description. You know where to find it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm very, very low after these last couple of league games, after the last couple of videos, really. Actually, the last 3 videos have, you know, the Bahia, both legs of the Bahia game, and obviously the Aldosivi game that we did off camera, and then this one as well. Yeah, I'm a little bit low. We're starting to find our level, I think, a little bit. We're starting to drop off ever so slightly. Hopefully, we can arrest that slump in the second half of the season. Come back and join me for it. Why don't you? I'll see you for it, guys. Bye-bye for now.